Hello everyone, I'm Dan Salzer with Plymouth State Broadcasting, and I'm joined by a very special guest in this week's Coach's Corner. I'm joined by men's and women's skiing head coach Geoff Ouellette. Geoff, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You come from an assistant coach here at Plymouth State, your first year head coaching here for the university. Talk to us about that transition and also a little bit about your history in skiing.
History in skiing, I basically was born with skis on my feet. I've been skiing my whole life. I think my dad had me on snow when I was not quite 2. Been skiing ever since. Grew up, was never really the fastest racer, but I got involved at a young age of 14 in coaching. And I've been involved in ski coaching in some way, shape, or form since I was in high school. And now it's a full-time job in the winter, and I love it. And I've taken a year off here or there for some injuries, recoveries, or whatever, and as soon as you're done and you're off the hill, you want to go back. It's a desire that just takes over. Going from the assistant coach to the head coach, it was kind of such a fast and furious transition that there wasn't a whole lot of time to really think a lot about it. It was just do it. The good side of it was that we lost three seniors last year, and I'm sorry, 2 seniors. Kyle Farrow and Charlotte Lemgart, and they were awesome captains, and we missed them dearly. However, I still had most of them, the entire team, coming back. So the faces were familiar and the personalities were familiar, and so it was easy. The support from the athletes and of course my everyone here at the athletic department has been unbelievable, and it's made the transition so much easier.
Looking at last year to this year, 2 NCAA championship appearances, one on the men's side, one on the women's with Carl and Freitas. Talk about how their transition from last year's team, not only individually for both of them coming from the champion standpoint, but from both the men's and women's side together, transition this year, and kind of how can you, is there different things you want to see now that you're the head coach and different skiing abilities down the mountain on both the GS and the slalom?
So for our 2 athletes that made it to NCAA championships last year, they're almost uncoachable. They're so good. It's such minute, tiny little pieces of information that hopefully I can pick out and give to them. They know what they're doing. They know what they want. But they're such tremendous leaders on the hill. The other athletes look to them for their advice and their expertise and their ability to see through every kind of adversity that ski racing throws at us, being the weather and the conditions. And so to have Carl and Freitas, as repeat, are coming back as, athletes still, and for the next couple of years is just awesome. What the other athletes get from them, from those 2 alone, is huge.
Looking at this team, you've been around them in the head coaching standpoint, really to the drylands back in the fall. How has this team progressed, and who is someone that's really stepped up going into this past first week carnival that's really impressed you the most, both on the men's and women's side? So everybody impressed me. It's been a tough year weather-wise. So coming into dryland, it's really fun to watch them get stronger and stronger and stronger every day. And when we run timed drills or whatever and dryland training, and they're working and sweating so much more on October 15th as they were when we went to our fall camp to Mammoth, California towards the end of November. They do it so much, with so much more ease. And then watching them on the hill is just, it's just great. It's awesome. But I guess I would say not really the biggest surprise, but certainly huge impression on me this weekend was Cooper Yates. He's a freshman from Vancouver, and he finished 10th in the EISA, and I believe his second run of the GS he was 6th on the second run. So, up against some of the best skiers in the country, and he really threw it down. But the team as a whole really, they came together strong and they skied strong. Looking ahead, we can't ignore the fact Freitas Einer's daughter
has been named to the Olympic team for Iceland. And what does that mean from a coaching standpoint to have someone of that caliber, and also really kind of rooting for her in the Olympics? What does it mean to have someone from Plymouth State in the Olympics?
It's hard to express. It really is such an honor. It's an honor to be out there on the hill with her every day and seeing just how, not only what a great athlete she is, but what a great person that she is, and how she conducts herself in such a professional manner. Everybody looks up to her. All the athletes look up to her. Everybody watches her on the hill. She's definitely a presence on the hill. And it's incredible to think that we here at, Plymouth State University have an Olympic athlete on our squad, and not only will be going to represent Iceland in the Olympics, but coming back to continue representing Plymouth State and hopefully NCAA championships in Steamboat in March.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us. Again, fans, be sure to follow along Plymouth State men's and women's skiing all season long. You can find a list of their schedule on our athletics website at athletics.plymouth.edu. Geoff, thank you for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.